Nigel Farage joins us each and every week here on Paul Murray Live, and I'm pleased to say he's doing so from Scotland because he's about to sit down and have a conversation right after this one with Donald Trump, so we won't hold him up because he'll have that for his own show. We'll show you highlights this time tomorrow night. Now, great man, I've heard everything about fishing and golf and hanging out. Have you been spending time with the President, or is that all the plan post-interview?
I did last night. I had a chat with him last night, and I said, wow, this place is incredible. This is Turnberry, where Open Championships have been held, where Robert the Bruce was born. It is the most beautiful stretch of coast on the west of Scotland, which, of course, is where his mother came from. And I said to him, you must miss all of this. He said, yeah, no, I really, really do. And that's the funny thing, Paul, isn't it? I mean, he's 76. He's got a lovely wife, great kids, money, the best private portfolio of golf courses any human being has ever owned. And he's a golf fanatic, and yet he's saying no to all of this and throwing himself back into the next presidential election. And, you know, when you come here and see the magnificence of this place, you realize he really is making a massive sacrifice to his life.
His assumption is that he can do better in 24 than he did in 20. Obviously, he's going to be able to say that there's 2 years of failures of Biden. But as we've talked about in recent weeks, do you expect in the conversation you're about to have with him, and again, we'll report that back tomorrow night, for him to start to show what the hope is in the offering, apart from just the what's wrong with the current guy, about either lessons learnt or how he'd do it differently, or is the way that Donald is that, you know, I crashed through once, I crashed out once, and let's see what happens a third time?
Well, look, I mean, I think, you know, my feeling has been that whilst election integrity is a really important issue, you know, going back too much to the events of November 2020 and the mass mail out of tens of millions of ballots and the fact that the Hunter Biden laptop got virtually no coverage from the big social media companies. I understand that upset and that frustration, but it does seem to me there needs to be a fresh offering, a fresh hope. When he won in 2016, he was saying, look, I understand the problem. Washington is completely detached from your lives. I am on your side. I am going to be your champion, and this is what I'm going to do. And I think we need to get that happening again. So I'm going to try and tease that out this afternoon. You know, what is the big offer for November 2024? Because I don't think we've absolutely yet heard it.
You've seen him, you know, ups, downs, all the rest of it. What's his swagger like? What's his swagger like in private compared to during the presidency and before in 15 and 16?
Well, there were times, you know, I mean, 16 was all just great fun, wasn't it? He was the outsider. He was underestimated, a long price at the bookmakers. And I think he himself just thought, you know what the hell? Let's just give this a go. And of course, when he won, I think he was really as shocked as almost anybody. 2020, very, very different. And of course, we had the Mueller inquiry. We had the endless Russia hoax, which happened on this side of the pond as well. We finished up with 2 impeachments over Ukraine. Difficult not to get beaten down by all of that. And, you know, look at what you got now. I mean, there he was in a courtroom not so very long ago, other cases mounting up against him. You know, he's going to have to be incredibly resilient to get this through. They're not going to make his life easy. But do you know something? I've never met anyone who's tougher, frankly. I can't imagine anybody else that would have put up with that level of abuse. But this guy, he really is as strong as an ox. And certainly last night when I saw him, he was in pretty ebullient form.